Welcome back to Common Sense Investing. Today, we're taking a closer look at a story most people outside North Africa barely notice. Morocco's quiet transformation into one of the continent's most advanced industrial economies. For decades, North Africa was associated with agriculture, fishing, and tourism, exporting raw materials like phosphates and oil while remaining largely absent from global manufacturing. Morocco, however, has followed a very different path over the last 10 to 15 years, turning itself into a hub for automobiles, aerospace, and industrial-scale production. In this video, we'll break down exactly how Morocco did it, why companies are choosing it over traditional manufacturing destinations, and what this means for global investors and supply chains. Morocco's rise did not happen by accident. The country deliberately shifted from a reliance on agriculture, low-value exports, and tourism to an industrial strategy focused on creating the conditions global manufacturers need. This began with strategic planning initiatives such as the Emergence Plan and the National Pact for Industrial Emergence, which prioritized industrial ecosystems where factories, suppliers, logistics, and workforce training coexist. Industrial zones like the Tangier Free Zone, Tangier Automotive City, and Kenitra Atlantic Free Zone were developed with specialized infrastructure, simplified regulations, and direct access to ports. By placing factories close to ports and export routes, Morocco dramatically reduced production timelines, making its industrial zones far more attractive than inland alternatives elsewhere in Africa. Morocco focused on industries that could leverage its location, labor costs, and stability. Automotive manufacturing quickly became a core sector, with Renault, Stellantis, and other major manufacturers setting up plants near Tangier. These factories assemble hundreds of thousands of vehicles annually, with most exports going directly to European markets. Aerospace followed, attracting suppliers for Boeing, Airbus, and other global players, producing fuselage components, wiring systems, and high-precision parts. Meanwhile, Morocco's phosphate industry, controlled largely by the state-owned OCP Group, supplies around 70% of the world's known reserves of this critical resource used in fertilizers and EV batteries. By concentrating infrastructure, processing capacity, and logistics into industrial hubs, Morocco created the rare combination of scale, reliability, and strategic importance that global manufacturers crave. Physical infrastructure has been a cornerstone of Morocco's success. Tangier Med, Africa's largest port, handles nearly 10 million containers annually, linking Morocco directly to over 180 ports worldwide. Highway networks, high-speed rail, and planned airport expansions ensure goods move quickly and efficiently. Morocco's free trade agreements with the EU, United States, Turkey, and other partners remove most industrial tariffs, allowing production to reach Europe as if it were located within the EU, but at lower costs. Geography adds another layer of advantage. Morocco sits just 14 kilometers from Spain, meaning supply chains to Europe are shorter, faster, and less exposed to disruption than those routed through Asia. Recognizing that energy reliability is critical for industrial growth, Morocco invested heavily in renewables over the past decade. Large-scale solar and wind projects, including the world-class Noor Solar Complex, provide industrial-scale electricity and reduce dependence on fossil fuels. By stabilizing energy costs and supply, Morocco removed a major barrier for manufacturers, making long-term investment in factories feasible. This combination of renewable energy, modern ports, and industrial zones positions Morocco as one of the few African countries capable of hosting high-value manufacturing at scale. Despite these successes, Morocco faces significant challenges. Industrial growth is concentrated along the Casablanca, Rabat, Kenitra corridor, leaving inland and southern regions behind. Youth unemployment remains high, exceeding a third of the population in some areas, creating social and political pressure. Most production is mid-value, assembly-focused work, meaning Morocco's long-term growth depends on expanding engineering, design, and high-skill capabilities locally. External factors, such as slowing European demand, climate risks, and global geopolitical shocks, also threaten growth. The next test for Morocco will be whether it can move beyond being an affordable manufacturing hub to producing higher-value goods while distributing opportunity more broadly across its population. Morocco's story is a rare example of deliberate, incremental industrial strategy in Africa. By combining strategic geography, industrial planning, workforce development, and renewable energy, the country has positioned itself as Europe's nearshore factory. The lessons here are clear. Stability, infrastructure, and targeted industrial policy can transform an economy even in regions often overlooked by global investors. If you want to understand why Morocco succeeded where others have struggled and what it might take to move up the value chain in Africa, make sure to watch our video on the institutional reasons Africa remains underdeveloped. Subscribe, click on that video, and we'll continue breaking down the trends, investments, and strategies shaping the global economy.